With the solid base and experience of a large firm, and the flexibility and commitment of a small one, we make the relocation of professionals across borders an effortless reality.
I think the key word in global mobility is global. And I think as global mobility professionals, we all have to have some global knowledge ourselves. I think it definitely helps if you yourself have ever moved or been on an assignment, whether a short-term or long-term assignment, so that you can relate. I think it's also good if global mobility professionals have experienced a move, even if it's within the same country, and have worked with themselves, different relocation partners and vendors, so that you can relate to what the employee may be going through. So I really would just say there is no such thing as only being focused on your country, in this case, the United States, because the employees that you're working with, they have another country to consider. So whether it's their home country or their host country, you have to have some knowledge, basic knowledge at least, and some connections in those other regions, whether they're on your team or with your different partners, so that you can properly assist a team member that's relocating to the US. So I think we can never be only focused on the country that we're operating in. We have to appreciate and accept that these employees are coming from different backgrounds and different countries. And in addition to learning the United States, we also have to be mindful and empathetic to the background and the culture where they may be coming from in their home locations.
Global mobility to the business is an enabler. Global mobility allows for businesses to have their people where they need them at every moment in time, which is why it allows for people to move around. It is a partner to the business. But it's also sometimes a roadblock. And the reason why I'm saying this is because although, yes, we as global mobility professionals enable the business to move the people where they need them, not every time can we move them at the fast pace that they need them to be. We are a roadblock as well because we have to be mindful of obligations. Like every regulation, we need to be always on top of that. So if something changes, we always need to be telling the business. And so not every single time can we move as fast as they want us to be moving. But that being said, we are, I want to say, the gatekeepers of their.
You need to have very clear, effective communication, and then everything has to be summarized in an email. So all stakeholders on both the home and host side understand what's going into each phase of the process.
Okay. So we are the support structure to the business to enable them to achieve their day-to-day activities as well as their long-term strategic goals. We do this by identifying the feasibility of a relocation, consulting with them to build up an ideal package for an individual based on their circumstances, based on the business needs, ensuring that it is within the business's budgets. And by doing this, we're enabling the business to get their key talent to the right locations at the right time.
That relationship has been evolving, let's put it this way. And I think 2020 has been determinant into the evolution of the relationship. We always had a pull and push relationship with HR because we overlap in a number of areas, right? They do the talent selection, they do the succession planning, they hand over the strategy or the planning to global mobility for us to execute, right? And sometimes you see they position themselves as the decision makers and we are the executors. However, 2020, how does that shift is that we see the shift from COVID creating a whole series of uncertainties into their plan. There was no way we could just execute the plan as they put it together, because the plan is based on known uncertainties for them. They are used to a certain landscape, there is a business strategy in place, but external factors is not going to allow us to move that forward. We then progress into a collaborative relationship where we partner together to look at what is needed by the business, what is needed from each one of us in order to execute the same plan. And we had a say about what goes into the plan. So it's an evolution, and it's an evolution that I'm pretty sure all of my counterparts in the area of global mobility is working hard at maintaining and trying to keep in place post COVID-19 and into the future as well, because it has many advantages. We are all on board. We know, we define the plan together. We know of each other's resources, of each other constraints at the moment, and that creates efficiency rather than frustrations and delays in the plan, or it seems as a non-collaborative relationship.
So basically, global mobility are partners to the business and to the HR community. We do understand the complexities of the region, the complexity of immigration, taxes, benefits, and what we add to the table is so much more to the HR team than not involving us from the beginning.
When work is being performed, how work is being performed, and what work is being performed, then these solutions are not always, but sometimes very tightly connected with mobility. And that can offer solutions as to partially working from home or work or compressed work weeks or shift work or work sharing or episodic remote work or virtual assignments. There are a lot of different solutions out there that could meet this, and mobility is the tool then in that toolbox to offer the solutions, and then also going forward after the solutions have been decided on to implement them, to align them, and to operationalize the solutions. And so mobility can actually grow in this field and take on additional challenges that were traditionally maybe not existent.
I think what's important is to ensure that there is due diligence done with respect to what all is involved in ensuring an individual is set up for success, whether that be ensuring that they have adequate cultural training, whether that be potentially considering the need to provide some sort of interest-free loan from a company standpoint to ensure that they are able to secure a car or to secure a home even, and ensuring that they have destination services. So someone who is helping them through facilitating setting up a bank account, helping them to facilitate figuring out how to mail something.
The relationship between HR and global mobility is a critical one. It is really depends on the company, but where I have been is a part of HR, and it is an extension of each HR team. HR is a big organization. It has it from recruiting to HR business partner to employee relation to HR operations. Each of the functions has some type of dependency with global mobility. So although we are not touching the entire organization populations, but it is deeply embedded into every HR function in multiple businesses.
Global mobility to the business is vital for a business that thrives on hiring and maintaining talent around the world. global mobility is a very, very vital function to the organization. Global mobility ensures and helps talent, place talent where they need to be, so that they can do the job that they need to do to ensure a company's success. So to the business, it's an extremely vital function.